Okay, so we discussed eyewitness testimony, and what does this have to do with running experiments and if our eyes deceive us and memories? Well, kind of all seems a little logical when I put those together there, doesn't it? So let's take a little look here. So true or false question there for you. Eyewitness testimony is still the best kind of evidence in a trial. So, you see this on TV and in movies and streaming all the time. Um, you know, you see the lineup and they've picked the person. Well, can lead to a false conviction. Yeah, maybe. No, that doesn't happen. We never convict the wrong person, do we? So, give you a scenario here. Okay, this is from some research here. This is old research. So, November 23rd, 1951, two Ivy League schools, Dartmouth and Princeton, played a highly anticipated game. So, it was the last game of the season. Big deal between these two old-timey schools, right? Princeton was undefeated. Their star player, Dick Kazmaier, was playing in his very last game. All-American. Cover of Time magazine. Won the Heisman. Big trophy now. I don't think you can see me, right? Game got rough, physical. Kazmaier got his nose broken, had to leave the game in the second quarter, so before the half. Dartmouth player got a broken leg in the third quarter. After the game, two psychologists polled students at both schools. They had seen the game and they asked about the rough play. After the fact, asked people who were there, eyewitnesses, asked them what they saw. And here's the data, okay? Blue are the students from Dartmouth. Orange are the students from Princeton, their star player last game, right? Look at how they felt that it went. Okay. Princeton players thought overwhelmingly that Dartmouth started it. Although a third of the Dartmouth students did say that Dartmouth started it. Pretty much nobody said that Princeton started it. A lot of people from Dartmouth said they both started it. I was like, all right, we're both to blame. Handful from Princeton said both started it. Nobody started it. That's interesting. I was going to say, they just thought it was a normal football game. And a few people refused to answer. So we've already got everybody was at the same place, watching the same game. They're all eyewitnesses to the same event. They have different answers. Hindsight bias. Looking back, how you looked at the same event, you could be coming into it perhaps with opinions that might be shading it. And so, do you think there's truth to the charges that Dartmouth intentionally played dirty? Was the question. So this was asked of all the students. Do you think that Dartmouth purposefully did this? Because remember, they're Princeton's All-American, cover of Time, was playing in his last game. Dartmouth in blue, Princeton in orange. few of them from Dartmouth thought yes. They went out there to do it on purpose. A lot of them from Princeton thought so. Over half their respondents, almost exactly the opposite response from Dartmouth on no. Partly, maybe, kinda, about split, and people that probably off buying snacks or reading because they didn't enjoy football, or, I don't know, kissing somebody else, making out. They didn't know. So we've got memory and the accuracy of eyewitness testimony. The assumption that memory provides an accurate recording of experience, much like a video camera, isn't correct. This is probably very much a bias issue. It could be they weren't watching when it happened, though. Who started what? Memory evolves to give us a personal sense of identity and to guide our actions. We're biased to notice and exaggerate some experiences and to minimize or overlook others. All right, football season just started. Or, you watch your own school play an activity or participate in an event. You might watch the Olympics. You might have a family member that participates in something. You might like a certain kind of vehicle more than another kind of vehicle, and you kind of always hope for the best for that. Or people from a certain state think they're better drivers than other ones or something, and so you feel like they cut you off more in traffic. There's a bias with those. So memory is active and malleable, meaning it's shapeable. And so you can make it grow and change a little bit in time. So I like this line, think of remembering as a process. It's not static, meaning it's not still and locked in place. It's not something that you go back and grab and pull out and retrieve. It's kind of moving and changing shape. It's a little bit of a shapeshifter that kind of looks the same each time you go, but not quite exactly. So, myth versus reality. Eyewitness testimony is the myth that it's the best kind of evidence in a trial, and the reality is it's subject to unconscious distortions and biases, even among the most confident of witnesses. Sometimes among the most confident of witnesses. I'm just going to let this sit and you can absorb this. It's a whole lot. I'll just let you take a look at it, okay? And absorb that. Or not.